So welcome to another video, a quick video on how to save money in the winter. And there's some really key things here which a lot of people have told me they hadn't thought of. So let's see what we can do. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video channel so that you'll be notified when we bring out more content. So let's get into it. What you want to do is take some easy wins, some low-hanging fruit measures to make sure that your guests are using as little of your heating as possible. The less heat they use, the better, essentially. So let's look at this. The single biggest thing you can do, and you can do it today, is invest in really thick curtains. Thick curtains with a thermal lining on the back. Ideally ones that spread all across the wall, because that way there aren't going to be any drafts. You want all across the wall, right down to the floor, so there are no drafts at all. That's point number one. And by the way, make sure they're the curtain rail is really solid and really well put into the wall, because you have problems if it falls off, obviously. So curtains, number one. Number two, blinds. Have a blackout blind put on the right near the window. This is good for two reasons, of course. A, it keeps the room nice and dark, and most guests prefer a dark room. But also it helps just keep the cold air out and the warm air in. And the more you keep the cold air out, the less you have to heat. Tip number two. Tip number three. Buy duvets that are the highest TOG rating possible. Swap over in about October, November to real high, thick TOG rating duvets. You want your guests to be absolutely baking under them, because that way they're not going to have the heating up. You know, they haven't come to you to have a sauna, have they? They've come to have a good night's sleep. And most people sleep well at about 20 to 21 degrees. And if you can achieve that through a nice thick duvet and a blanket, that's much better than having your heating on. So, next point, set the heating in the bedroom a little higher than the rest of the apartment or the property. Because you don't really want the rest of the property to have the heating on in the evening when the bedroom has it on in the evening, even if it has it on a fairly low temperature. So set it like that to save yourself a bit more money. Next point, this is kind of a big spend, but you know, although wooden floors look really nice, the fact is carpet with good underlay retains heat much better. So if you don't necessarily have to do this right now, this is not an easy win necessarily, but the next time you're thinking of doing a refurb or an upgrade, get carpets put in, and good quality ones, because they'll keep the heat in much better. Finally, and I guess this has been the biggest winner for us, is we've invested in remote control heating. So there's loads of systems out there. We use one called Hive. There's an app for your phone, and there's a nice looking dial that you can use. You put it on the wall where the thermostat usually is, but it means you control it. So for example, you know, if your cleaner does her clean and forgets to turn the heating off, and the guests aren't arriving until 7 o'clock, you can turn it off completely. That'll save you pounds and pounds and pounds. If you know your guests are out all day, do you really think they're going to go to the effort of turning the heating off? No, they won't. You know, you can do it. You know, if you know they're going to be out all day. You can use it even if they're there to set it to a more moderate temperature. They're not going to know that you've done that, but you know, if they've got it up at 25 degrees, and it doesn't need to be because you're a well-insulated property, have it at 20, 21 degrees. You know, people again haven't come for a sauna. And there's just so many uses for this technology. If people are out for the day, if the apartment's not let, we have a system, for example, where we have a video camera which videos our key box, and what that means is when people arrive, click on the phone and the heating goes on. So it's just starting to warm up when they get in, which they appreciate. So it's really, really clever technology. And actually, what we found, I've put some numbers on a link to this post on the website. But what we found is that we saved almost £2,000 when we implemented all these changes. So our heating bills in, I think, 2018 dropped dramatically for the winter months. And let's face it, you kind of have to have the heating on from anything from even October, November, December, January, February, maybe even March, April. That's a lot of heat. And if you can save as much as possible of that as you can, penny saved is a penny earned, isn't it? So there we are. So, to summarise, get good curtains, thick curtains that are insulated, keep the heat out, put blinds up, get thick duvets. You want people absolutely as warm as they need to be without having to have your heating on in the bed. Buy extra blankets as well, and they also look nice with a couple of nice coloured pillows or whatever. If you're refurbishing, get good carpet put down. Wooden floor looks nice, yeah, sure, but get carpet put down. You can buy an awesome carpet cleaner. I've got a post about that somewhere as well. So you don't have to worry about cleaning it. But just buy this remote Hive remote control cleaning. It just means you can control things, turn things off, turn things on as and when you need it. Just one final thing. One thing not to do is there are things that are advertised which are like remote control things for your radiators, the thermostatic valve on your radiator. I've over the years I've spent a lot of time with my plumber, who I've got to know pretty well, and he says just don't bother. They go wrong all the time, and that's it's over engineering things a bit. The Hive or whichever system you buy is probably enough. So I hope this has been helpful, and do like and subscribe so you can see our other content as it comes through, and tell me what you think. Leave a comment below in the video. I'd be really interested to know if this works well for you. And as I said, have a look on the post. I've put a link down in the video on the description. I've got some statistics on there which show what we saved on our heating bills too. So take a look at that. Until the next time, goodbye. Have a great day.